was the most embarrassing moment of my life.
Michael, why is your mother so fat? I've never seen anybody that fat.
Mommy, what's wrong with you?
Even though this was the most painful and embarrassing moment of my life, it turned out to be a miracle in disguise, because it led me to uncovering a long-forgotten Costa Rican tradition that helped me melt 167 pounds of stubborn fat in under 1 year without diet or exercise. My name is Barbara Millen, and by practicing this age-long tradition daily, I got from 291 pounds, miserable, always tired and hardly moving, to 124, happy, slim, and loving every second of my life. Practicing this tradition has already helped over 18,761 people reach their ideal weight when nothing else worked for them.
I lost 46 pounds since I started. But what makes me the happiest is that my cholesterol levels are healthy again.
Now, after having lost 53 pounds, I have much younger men approaching me every single week.
After 2 weeks, I noticed I had lost 14 pounds and 2 inches off my waistline, even though I wasn't doing anything unusual.
I lost 8 pounds in the first week, and a total of 48 pounds since I started.
And I'm sure that after I share it with you, you'll get so excited that you'll want to try it for yourself. Because this long-forgotten tradition from the Nicoya Peninsula of Costa Rica will make your body burn fat 24 hours a day, decrease hunger and cravings, turn all your favorite foods into energy, and instead of putting on weight, you'll have sustained high energy all day long. Accelerate your metabolism so you can lose weight like never before. Bring back your youthfulness and make you look and feel 10 years younger and much happier. I will also share how a 71-year-old housekeeper from Costa Rica practices this tradition to look and feel like she's still in her 40s. This tradition is deeply connected to the beautiful jungle of Costa Rica. The inhabitants of the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica have been following this tradition for centuries, and because of its legacy, they are one of the healthiest populations in the world. Also, life expectancy in the Nicoya Peninsula is almost 90 years, one of the highest averages in the whole world. And I am so lucky for having stumbled across this tradition, not only because it helped me melt so much body fat so quickly, but mostly because it has the potential to end the obesity pandemic in America. As this long-forgotten Costa Rican tradition has already been validated by a group of scientists from University of Utah, after they have tested it on a group of 132 overweight people. According to their research, which was published on logicalscience.com, by practicing this tradition, individuals were able to regenerate the mitochondria from their cells and thus increase their energy levels and metabolism by up to 53%. Mitochondria are small organisms within your cells that transform all the food you eat into energy. It's a fact that kids and teenagers have a high number of mitochondria in their cells, and that's why they have high energy levels that last all day long. But as you age, especially once you hit 45, the number of mitochondria in your cells decreases. Plus, as you age, your mitochondria are able to produce less and less energy, and so your metabolism gets slower and your energy levels decrease. But the research proved that this tradition from Costa Rica drastically increases mitochondrial activity, even aiding the production of new mitochondria in the cells. Another surprising result, which the researchers identified, was that because of this age-old tradition, cells were able to eliminate residues and detoxify themselves, which increased their lifespan with up to 41%. In other words, if you start practicing this Costa Rican tradition, you can reach your ideal weight and keep it for the rest of your life without the usual struggle. Fit in a pair of skinny jeans and have all your clothes fit exactly how you want them to. Ramp up your sex drive. Have consistent high energy all day long so you can be more productive at work and be able to play with your kids or grandkids without ever feeling tired. Be admired by all your friends and family about how sexy and attractive you are. Look and feel at least 10 years younger. Be proud of yourself and live life to the fullest. And the best part is that you won't have to count calories or go through restrictive diet plans that make you feel horrible and rarely work anyway. You won't have to do cardio or other crazy workout routines, and you'll never again feel embarrassed by the way you look or what people might think of you. All you have to do is to practice this Costa Rican tradition on a daily basis, and you'll become a role model for everyone around you. Now, I know this may sound far-fetched to you and too simple to work so well, but it's what has already worked for myself and for thousands of Americans who lost over 30 pounds of fat after practicing this Costa Rican tradition for only a few months. But don't take my word for it. I'll show you verifiable facts. But before that, imagine waking up tomorrow morning with as much energy as you had in your 20s, even if you're 60 or 70 now. You'll look and feel healthier than you have in decades and at least 10 years younger. Think about how you would feel as day by day your stubborn belly fat dissolves, and you'll discover that the symptoms of major health issues like hyperthyroidism, high cholesterol, high blood sugar, high blood pressure, chronic joint pain, and more will fade so rapidly it will make you feel that you're experiencing a miracle. This Costa Rican tradition has the potential to detoxify every cell in your body, to unlock energy reserves that make you feel young again, and allow you to lose weight faster than anything else you've tried so far. That's exactly what happened to Martha, a 44-year-old single mom from Oregon. Her belly fat felt so bulky that she was ashamed to even go out of the house, as she felt like everyone was staring at her. For 5 years, she tried every diet and weight loss program out there in order to lose the weight she gained during her second pregnancy, but nothing worked for her. In fact, she gained more weight, and she was hardly able to move without getting out of breath to take care of her 2 daughters. She already had symptoms of type 2 diabetes, and her doctor made her take Zocor daily to reduce her high cholesterol and prevent her from having a stroke. She felt depressed, as being almost obese was a bad example for her kids. But when Martha started to practice this Costa Rican tradition, she started to lose weight like never before, as she dropped 6 inches off her waistline in the first month. She also dropped 21.8 pounds, and she was hardly believing how much more energy she was having and how many things she was able to get done in one day. And after 8 more months, she dropped another 72 pounds, which made her doctor freak out as all her diabetes symptoms disappeared and her cholesterol level was back to normal. All this weight loss drastically increased her self-esteem and confidence, and she started dating again. She met her new boyfriend at a birthday party, which she decided to attend at the last moment because she just bought a new dress and she wanted to show off. She just wrote me how she can't believe how her life changed when she started practicing the Costa Rican tradition, and she just wishes she'd found out about it sooner. Laura, who's 47, was 1 month away from her summer holiday with her sister's family when she found out about the Costa Rican tradition's powerful weight loss effects. The thought of wearing her bathing suit in front of so many people she hardly knew sent shivers down her spine, as she had no confidence in her shape. But in just 30 days, this Costa Rican tradition helped her flatten her stomach and melt 25 pounds and 4 inches off her belly. These are just 2 examples from thousands of men and women who have practiced this Costa Rican tradition to transform their bodies and lose weight in record time. I'll share more later, but before I do, it's critical that I tell you what this Costa Rican tradition is and how it actually saved my life, helping me lose 167 pounds in under 1 year. My name is Barbara Millen, and I'm nobody special. I was just lucky enough to have stumbled upon this Costa Rican tradition quite by accident, but it transformed my body and changed my life. Practicing this tradition is currently helping thousands of ordinary men and women from the US lose weight like never before, helping increase their health and transform their bodies in record time. Many people consider me a minor celebrity in the health and wellness world, and I'm humbled to have been labeled as having one of the most inspiring weight loss stories. But a few years ago, my life was completely different. I was 38 years of age and weighed almost 300 pounds, 291 to be exact. It all started around 10 years ago. The truth is, I've never been thin, but I wasn't too fat either. Up until I got married to Ken, I was around 155 pounds. We were newly married, so very much in love, and with big plans ahead of us. We wanted our own house really bad, and after a lot of thinking, we decided to buy a house in Bear, Delaware. But the one we liked the most was 30% more expensive than what we could afford, even though it was an older house. That's when my health started to go downhill. It took us 4 months of hard work and lots of stress to renovate it, and by the time we finally moved in, I had gained 18 pounds through eating junk food while we didn't have a kitchen to cook in. I didn't care too much about the extra weight, though. I thought to myself that I would lose it somehow. But since the mortgage was high, I took a second job as a waitress, which completely turned my schedule upside down. I remember waking up completely exhausted every single morning, horrified that I needed to work the entire day well into the evening. Then, when I eventually finished my waitressing, I just craved junk food. Pizza, ice cream, and chocolate were my go-to comfort foods because I felt so tired after working so hard every day. Slowly, I got heavier and heavier, and my clothes got tighter and tighter. By the time I got pregnant, I was 194 pounds, and even though I tried to pay more attention to what I was eating, I gained almost 40 pounds during the pregnancy. It felt that only a miracle had helped me deliver Michael safely, so I decided to do something about my weight and health. I also had my beautiful son to take care of, so I didn't want to feel any health complications, which would be almost inevitable with my weight. But I was too tired to start exercising. I was out of breath just from walking outside with Michael in a stroller. So I decided to see our family doctor and ask for help before my health deteriorated even further. I was hoping for professional advice, but he only told me to watch what I ate and to start exercising. So I decided to use the internet for advice. In the next couple of years, I must have spent thousands on meal delivery services, home gym equipment, gym memberships, not to mention the fitness classes I attended, HIIT, Zumba, Insanity, and a few more. I tried every diet you've ever heard of, from the Fat Loss Factor cleanse, the 3-week diet, to intermittent fasting, or the Venus Factor. Now, even though these exercise programs or diets did help me lose a few pounds, I couldn't stick to any of them. And each time I fell off the wagon, the weight came back, plus a little more. Each time. With so many disappointments, I turned back to comfort food. Within a few years, I put on over 70 pounds until I got to the point where I was 291 pounds. I couldn't even look in the mirror. Every time I looked down, grabbing my belly, I felt shame and guilt for letting myself go and for not being able to do anything about it. So now, you see, I know exactly what you're going through right now. Always being exhausted and hardly being able to keep up with your kids, never being able to fit in your favorite clothes, binging on pizza and desserts until you feel your stomach could explode, and then the guilt that comes right after. I used to live those feelings every day. My confidence reached the lowest point when I was fired from the waitress job, as they told me that I was too slow for the job. You can't be fast when you're almost 300 pounds. On top of it all, my marriage was breaking apart, as our sex life had completely gone. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but it was impossible to be intimate with my husband. And the more weight I put on, the more depressed I became. And every day I was driving my husband further away from me. I knew he loved me, and I loved him as well, but I was too embarrassed to have him look at me naked or let him touch me. I felt weak in a way I never thought I could. And then, 1 month later, I suffered what could have been the worst thing that could ever happen in my life. The scariest event of my entire life. But as you'll soon discover, it was the best thing that could ever happen to me. It was the beginning of July when my husband Ken and I, together with our son Michael, started our summer vacation. We booked ourselves a nice hotel for 10 days on the shores of the beautiful Silver Lake. There were lots of children's play areas around, and I loved watching Michael play with other kids while Ken was fishing. After 2 days, I met Isabella, our housekeeper. From the moment I met her, I noticed something really unusual about her. For a start, she was smiling all the time, something you don't see that often. After we started talking, I found out that she was born in Costa Rica and had moved to the States 23 years before. She was 71 years old, but honestly, she looked like she was in her early 40s. She had almost no wrinkles on her face, she was slim and was just overflowing with energy. I found it hard to believe that she was cleaning the floor of our whole apartment block, over 30 rooms, by herself. A few days later, it happened. It was a really hot day, and I was sweating like a horse as I spent quite some time in the sun looking over Michael, who was playing in the pool. But the heat was too much for me, so I asked Michael to come out because I had to rest. When we got near Ken, who was under an umbrella reading, I started to feel nausea and could feel a horrible headache coming on. Everyone was staring at how fat I was. It made things worse. Soon, my breathing got heavier and heavier. I wanted to scream to Ken for help, but it was too late. It all went black. When I woke up, I was inside an ambulance that was taking me to the hospital. It was in a hospital room where Ken and Michael finally joined me. It was obvious that Michael had been crying. He started again as soon as he saw me. He looked hopeless and frightened. As you can imagine, it absolutely broke my heart. But I knew something like this was about to happen. All doctors told me that if you're overweight, you're 62% more likely to have a heart attack, 64% more likely to have a stroke, 81% more likely to have coronary artery disease, and over 70% more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. And having to live being dependent on pills for the rest of your life. This experience was the worst of my life, and the thought of not seeing Michael grow up and raise his own family was unbearable. I prayed to God to give me a miracle and help me. And now, I know God heard me. I was kept at that hospital until the next morning under observation, and they said it was only due to heat exhaustion. But the doctor who took care of me was blunt, and she told me that unless I started taking care of my health and reduced my high blood sugar, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure, I might not be so lucky next time. Later that day, I was taken back to the hotel, and even though Ken insisted we pack and go home, I decided to stay until the end of our vacation, which was only a few days away, as up until the incident, we'd been having a blast. It was around 2 p.m. that same day when I bumped into Isabella. She got worried when I told her the news, but also happy to see me still around. I told her what happened, and I just couldn't help myself, so I burst into tears. She came closer and hugged me, and we went into my room. I don't know why I felt like sharing my whole story with Isabella, but I am so glad I did. Because right before she left, she looked me in the eyes and told me, "Barbara, you are such a nice person. Don't worry. I will bring you something tomorrow that will help you get your health in balance and will also help you lose a lot of weight." The next morning, she knocked on my door and gave me 2 jars filled with what she described as a traditional Costa Rican tea. She told me that she was from Nicoya, a small peninsula in the western part of Costa Rica, and that drinking this tea was one of their oldest traditions. It turned out that in her hometown, a lot of people drank a cup of this tea in the morning and a cup of tea with a different blend of ingredients in the evening. Then she told me that she's been drinking this traditional Costa Rican tea ever since she was 15, and that's why she was looking so young and was overflowing with energy all day long. When I heard that, my eyes lit up because I sensed this was the breakthrough I had been looking for almost all of my adult life. I thanked her, and then she left to continue her work. Our holiday came to an end, and I wanted to say goodbye to Isabella before we left for home, but Isabella had a day off, so I couldn't. Ever since Isabella had given me the tea, I had wanted to start drinking it, but something stopped me. Deep down, I knew it was because I was afraid that I would only end up being disappointed one more time, which would have been too much. I'd spent 10 days at home since the end of our vacation, and I still hadn't touched the tea. But one evening, Ken came from the kitchen with a cup of tea in his hand. He told me, "Honey, it's time. I really do feel this one is gonna work." When I started sipping, I noticed a beautiful flavor. I finished the tea and slept on it. In fact, I slept so well that night that the next morning I woke up feeling so energetic and enthused. Most surprisingly, and unusual for me, I felt refreshed and less tired than I usually was in the mornings. Then I tried the morning tea. That also had a delicious and refreshing flavor. Looking back now, I will always remember a big boost in my energy that first time I tried it. As the days passed by and I continued my tea ritual, I felt like day by day I had more energy and was sleeping much better. After 7 days had passed, I decided to step on my scale. I felt how my clothes were fitting me better, but I thought that maybe it was just me feeling differently. With a step of anxiety, I took the step. Wow! I couldn't believe my eyes when the scale showed I was 5 pounds lighter already. Woohoo! Woo! For the first time in decades, I felt hope that I could finally get rid of my ugly belly fat, live a normal life, and bring the passion back into my marriage. After I had been drinking the Costa Rican tea twice a day for 30 days, morning and evening, I found that even though I had not exercised or ate any less, I had lost a whopping 21 pounds and almost 4 inches of my waistline. I had to tighten my belt 4 notches because my fat pants were falling off. That night, we all went out to dinner to celebrate my 21 pounds weight loss. But I had a big problem. Both my tea jars were almost empty. I needed to talk to Isabella and ask her for more tea. So I called the hotel where we'd spent our vacation, hoping she'd be at work, but I couldn't talk to her. The front desk told me that her 98-year-old mom had just passed away, and Isabella had left to travel back to Costa Rica. I was devastated. I felt immense pity for Isabella and her loss, but also for myself. For the first time in decades, I found something that worked for me, but I had run out of it. How was I going to continue my journey without the tea from Isabella? When Ken came home that evening, he found me crying. I told him what happened. He took a big breath and told me not to worry because we'd figure it out somehow. Then he hugged me and told me that he loved me and that he would do anything to help me continue my journey. We spent the next 3 days trying to find a chemist or a tea specialist that could tell us the Costa Rican tea ingredients, but we had no luck. But a few days later, we had our first breakthrough. A friend of Ken connected him to a guy called Dr. Dean. Ken called him and told him my story, and Dr. Dean agreed to help us. Dr. Dean was a homeopathic health practitioner and nutritionist, graduate of the University of Utah. He was successfully running his own clinic and a wonderful person with lots of charisma. Since his own wife had unexplained weight gain, he was really excited to help us to try and figure out the tea recipe. The next day, we shipped the small amount of remaining tea to Dr. Dean and waited patiently for his call. A week later, while we were having lunch, Dr. Dean called Ken very excited. He said, "Ken, I got your ingredients, and I don't want to sound too hype, but I think we could be on the verge of a huge breakthrough for weight loss. As soon as possible, please bring Barbara with you and come pay me a visit at my clinic. I know it's a 4-hour drive, but I promise it will be worth it." The next day, we were on the road to Dr. Dean. He welcomed us with a big smile and told us that he hadn't been as excited as this since he was in college. Before he told us about the ingredients, he told us that he'd spent many hours researching that tea, but he could find virtually nothing about it. The only thing he found was a research paper done by a group of scientists from the University of Utah and published on their website. They tested a tea from Nicoya, Costa Rica on a group of 132 overweight people who lost an average of 31 pounds in the 3 months of the study, even though the group hadn't dieted or exercised at all. Almost the exact same thing I had experienced. On top of that, most of the people in the group had healthier blood sugar levels, healthier cholesterol levels, high energy all day long, looked years younger, and were feeling happier. It sounded too good to be true, but I was living proof that it was real. Their conclusion was that the Costa Rican tea can speed up metabolism and increase energy levels by up to 53% because the special mix of ingredients helps revitalize mitochondrial activity in the cells, production of new mitochondria, and even increase the lifespan of human cells. Then, Dr. Dean told us something that made me mad. The results of the case study could have been a huge breakthrough for all the people who struggle with extra pounds on their bellies, and he had found it very strange that nothing happened after the study was published. So Dr. Dean called a friend of his who works for the University of Utah and found out that after the study was published, one of the biggest weight loss companies from the US had invested $2.3 million to continue the research. But weirdly, that had been 10 years ago, and ever since, nothing. In other words, the weight loss company bought the project to prevent the research results from being published in the media. Can you imagine the greedy CEO of the weight loss company? Hiding this research from the world must have made his company millions of dollars. He may still be celebrating because people like you and me will never be able to lose weight with the products his company sells. It made me sick. Then Dr. Dean told me about the ingredients. The morning tea had green tea, oolong tea, orange peel, lemongrass, ginger, and dandelion leaf. It then took Dr. Dean more than 10 minutes to share the amazing health benefits of all these ingredients on the human body. It turns out there were hundreds of studies in which these ingredients were showed to increase metabolism and energy levels, improve digestion, and at least a dozen studies of how they helped people lose weight. Then, Dr. Dean told us we could make this morning tea even more potent by adding ginseng root, Garcinia cambogia, and monk fruit to the mix. He found a recent study done by 3 Stanford University students and published on their website, in which a Garcinia cambogia and ginseng root mix allowed a group of 12 people to not accumulate body fat, even though they consumed a 3,400 calories a day diet for 57 days. Dr. Dean knew that adding Garcinia cambogia and ginseng root to the already powerful tea mix will not only increase metabolism and energy levels even more, but it will also help reduce cravings. But most importantly, stop the production of new fat cells in the body. And with the help of monk fruit, which is a natural sweetener that has anti-inflammatory properties and is 100% safe for diabetics as it has no calories and has no influence on blood sugar, it would taste amazing. A slimming tea with so many powerful ingredients has never been created before, and I really think it will help millions and millions of overweight people lose all the weight they need to, Dr. Dean told us. And when Dr. Dean started talking about the evening tea's ingredients, he got really excited. He told us that mixing senna leaves, licorice root, peppermint leaves, fennel fruit, cinnamon bark, dandelion leaves, lemongrass, and ginger together is pure genius. And that's why Isabella looked so young, even though she was 71. The synergetic effect of all these ingredients helps detoxify the body and increase longevity, reduce cravings and improve digestion, reduce constipation, induce states of calmness, and will therefore definitely make you sleep better, he added. There are literally hundreds, if not thousands, of clinical studies that prove this evening's mixture's health benefits. Once again, I would only add monk fruit to it, so that each time you drink it, you enjoy a sweet experience without any calories. Dr. Dean continued. That's when I told Dr. Dean that I wanted to be the first client of his new business, a tea business. Dr. Dean sourced all the ingredients and sent them to one of the most prestigious high-tech manufacturing facilities in the USA. It took them 8 weeks to carefully prepare our slimming tea inside their FDA-registered and GMP-certified facility. When we finally received the first batch, I was shaking with excitement. I had gained weight in the 3 months I was without the tea, and because I hadn't kept the daily tea drinking ritual going, I was still skeptical. Thank God it worked fast. I started every day drinking the morning tea, feeling how the powerful ingredients were flowing through my body, igniting my metabolism and energy levels, and melting fat like a hot knife cutting through butter. My sugar cravings completely disappeared, and so did my bloating and gassiness. Every evening, the delicious evening tea helped me relax and sleep much better, and I was once again waking up completely refreshed and filled with energy. Every morning, the scale showed a smaller weight. After 30 days on Dr. Dean's tea, I dropped 29 pounds. Every week that passed made my joints feel smoother and more supple. My skin became radiant and my hair regained its volume. I started touching my belly, arms, and legs, and instead of soft fat, I slowly started feeling toned muscle, even though I was not exercising. My favorite part of this journey was seeing my stomach and huge thighs shrink day by day. All the fat that I used to grab in absolute disgust simply disappeared. And instead of being covered in cellulite, my thighs became smooth and sexy. Soon, I started receiving compliments. First from my family and my colleagues from work, who all wanted to know my fat loss secret. But the most beautiful compliments came from Ken, my loving husband, who completely changed from hardly noticing me to not being able to keep his hands off me, enjoying my new body every single day. In hindsight, it almost feels like this saved my marriage and certainly made it stronger than ever, so it made it all worthwhile. Another thing that happened was that Ken also embraced the Costa Rican tea tradition, and he lost 17 pounds, mostly off his belly. When we returned to the beautiful Silver Lake a year later, we were a completely new couple, both feeling younger and full of enthusiasm. Unfortunately, Isabella never came back from Costa Rica, so I never had a chance to thank her for helping me change my life. Over the following weeks, I decided to drink 3, even 4 cups of the morning tea each day, and I melted all the extra fat that I had on my body, mostly around my belly, much faster than I thought was possible. As you see, my change is huge. I lost a total of 167 pounds, and now I can wear clothes I would have been petrified to look at before this Costa Rican tradition came into my life. Even my face looks more beautiful and radiating, and I feel a renewed vigor and love for life. I look and feel at least 10 years younger and so much happier. I'm not risking type 2 diabetes anymore, and my blood pressure and cholesterol levels were similar to the ones of much younger women. I can finally experience my life the way I should have been enjoying for so many years. I can go out to restaurants and eat whatever I want without gaining weight or people staring at me. And all I did was drink the tea that Dr. Dean made for me, my twice-a-day ritual for the morning and the evening. I feel beautiful, sexy, and a role model for all my friends and colleagues. During my 1-year weight loss journey, we kept close contact with Dr. Dean, so when we paid him a visit, he wasn't too surprised to see a new sexy and slim version of myself. But he still said, "Wow, Barbara! I know you will take this the right way, but even I wasn't expecting to ever see you looking that slim." Surprisingly, he hadn't shared the details of his tea formula with anyone else except his wife, Catherine, who lost 34 pounds and dropped 5 dress sizes. But he did have big plans for it, and he shared them with me. "Your results are simply remarkable, but I want more proof that it works so well. Sure, you lost 167 pounds and almost 20 inches off your waistline. Your cholesterol levels, blood sugar, and blood pressure are similar to those of young women. Your resting metabolic rate is 147% higher, and on top of that, your serotonin and dopamine levels, your happy hormones, are 65% higher. Catherine lost 34 pounds too, and she feels wonderful, and Ken lost most of his belly fat. But I want to have more people experience similar results before we know for sure that it can work for everyone. I have 316 pouches left of both morning and evening tea, and I want to give them to at least 50 people to drink it for 6 months. I already told my patients that I was working on something that could help them a lot without giving them the details, and 37 of them are keen to give it a try. They are all over 40 and at least 30 pounds overweight, and I'm sure with their help and the help of my friends and family, we'll find the remaining 13. And once all these 50 people lose weight, we'll have all the proof it takes that our new slimming tea works better than anything else in the weight loss industry," he told me. He was truly a man with integrity. From the moment we got those 50 people in the test group and they started drinking Dr. Dean's tea, most of them experienced more energy than they had in the previous 10 years. Their metabolic rates increased by up to 132%. Their cravings and big appetites went away, and best of all, the fat they had around their stomach just seemed to vanish. Their back pain, joint pains, and other aches disappeared. Brain fog lifted. Stress and anxiety disappeared like a miracle, and their sex drive returned. Most felt healthier and happier than ever. And during the 6 months they had spent drinking Dr. Dean's tea, even though they never gave up on foods like chocolate, pizza, ice cream, cheeseburgers with french fries, or pasta, 41 out of the 50 people had each lost over 43 pounds of fat. Not only that, though, the remaining 9 have lost over 31 pounds and were oh so very happy with their new bodies. Let me introduce you to a few of them. Jenna is 57, and after 12 years of struggle because of her weight, Dr. Dean's tea worked like magic for her and helped her get in great shape for her daughter's wedding. Jenna lost 61 pounds and made her daughter really proud. Patty is 47, and after she had been transferred to a branch from a near town, she gained a lot of weight. She'd been constipated for most of her adult life, so when she started drinking Dr. Dean's tea, her results were extremely fast. In the first month, she lost 18 pounds and completely cured her constipation. In the coming months, she dropped a total of 46 pounds, and she regained her youth. Megan is a 44-year-old mother of 3 who finally got rid of the 74 pounds she accumulated with her pregnancies. She was 206 pounds and had been gaining and losing the same 10 pounds for 2 years. But when she started drinking Dr. Dean's tea, after she lost the first 10 pounds, she hadn't stopped until she got back to where she was in high school, 132 pounds. With the amazing results the 50 volunteers had demonstrated, we discussed where to take this discovery. And when Dr. Dean called us and asked us to become partners in the tea business, it was an instant yes. I am really happy and proud to introduce you to the new all-day slimming tea. The only scientifically proven slimming tea that will rejuvenate the dead mitochondria in your cells so they produce energy and burn fat 24/7 like they did when you were young, while at the same time stop fat production in your body. Because of this synergetic effect, your body will lose weight naturally while you'll improve your health and look and feel 10 years younger. Many of our clients lose up to 6.8 pounds in their first week and an average of 21.7 pounds in their first month. And many of the ones who drink our tea for 2 months have lost over 41 pounds of fat and many inches off their waist, thighs, hips, arms, and legs.
I would drink 3 to 4 cups of this morning tea every single day, and then 1 cup of this tea in the evening. That's what made me lose up to 6 pounds a week without even trying. No exercise, no dieting, absolutely nothing. Only this tea. I've been at my ideal weight for the last 5 months. But the best part is, to this day, I have not gained back a single pound.
Because the tea tasted really great and I felt such a boost to my energy. I sometimes had 5 and even 6 teas a day. Now, after just a few months, I am down 46 pounds and I'm so happy. Do you know why? My last checkup, my doctor said my blood pressure and cholesterol levels have improved so much that I didn't have to worry about my health. What a relief.
This tea is truly a miracle. I lost 92 pounds, and I can't believe how many things I'm able to do now and how much energy I have.
I felt stuck, and it's been over 10 years of just failing over and over. And when a colleague from work told me about the all-day slimming tea, I didn't even want to listen to her. But, she was losing 4, 5, and even 6 pounds a week, so I decided to give the tea a shot. The first thing that I noticed was the delightful taste. It wasn't like all those other weight loss teas that tasted more like boiled grass. This had a comforting and aromatic flavor. Slowly, I started to observe a change, not just in my weight, but in my overall relationship with food. And then over the next few months, not only did my ballooning tummy begin to flatten, but the numbers on the scale also consistently went down. Now, I'm down 53 pounds lighter, and once again, I feel like the youthful, vibrant version of myself.
I'm 48 pounds lighter, and with this flat tummy I thought I'd never see again. My sister lost even more weight than me, and just this past weekend, we went shopping. We had so much fun.
Thanks to the all-day slimming tea, pasta, or pizza night with the girls, ice cream, brownies, or cheesecake, I can enjoy them without that nagging guilt. I'm so happy.
I gotta say, I was shocked when I stepped on the scale after the first week and saw that I had lost 5 pounds. So I started drinking more of the tea every single day ever since. And I am so happy I did, because not only have I lost 36 pounds, but my blood sugar is where it should be, very healthy.
Most of them even wrote us that thanks to losing so much weight with the all-day slimming tea, they had to invest in a whole new wardrobe. Truly, drinking our all-day slimming tea on a daily basis is the easiest and fastest way to reach your ideal weight without effort. Because it contains a powerful combination of green tea, oolong tea, orange peel, lemongrass, ginger, dandelion leaf, ginseng root, Garcinia cambogia, monk fruit, natural mint and lemon flavor, our morning tea can skyrocket your metabolism and energy levels with up to 53%, so you can be more productive at work and be able to play with your kids and grandkids for hours without any pain or fatigue. Stop fat production in your body so you can lose weight naturally without the struggle caused by diet or exercise. Reduce your appetite and cravings for carbs so never again you'll fall off the wagon. Help you get healthier blood sugar and cholesterol levels so you can stop worrying about your health. Help you reduce back pain, joint pains, and other aches so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Reduce the effects of aging in your body so you can feel and look 10 years younger and have everyone admire and compliment you for how beautiful and young you look. And the best part is that you won't have to restrict your food intake to diet or exercise in order to lose weight like never before. Our evening tea is made from senna leaves, licorice root, peppermint leaves, fennel fruit, orange peel, cinnamon bark, dandelion leaves, lemongrass, ginger, monk fruit for sweetness without the calories, and natural honey and lemon flavor. It tastes so good that you'll recommend it to all your friends and family, and you'll enjoy it every evening after dinner because it will help you reduce constipation, cravings, appetite, and bloating, support your body's detoxification process so you can get rid of all excess water weight, sleep better during the night, and wake up rested and filled with energy and refreshed every single day. Drink a cup of the morning tea after you wake up and a cup of the evening tea after dinner, and you'll burn fat 24 hours a day while supporting your health and longevity. Our all-day slimming tea is great for your blood sugar and waistline and also helps support a healthy heart, brain, joints, and your body's detoxification process. So by drinking it daily, you will not only lose a lot of weight and look and feel at least 10 years younger, you'll improve your health at the same time. In every package, you get 30 morning tea bags and 30 evening tea bags, all manufactured in an FDA-approved and GMP Good Manufacturing Practice certified facility under the most sterile, strict, and precise standards. Each tea bag is made from 100% natural, plant-based ingredients, vegetarian and non-GMO. There are no dangerous toxins, fillings, or stimulants, so drinking the tea can be one of the best things you can do for your health. In my opinion, there is nothing else on the planet that gives you the powerful fat loss and anti-aging effects our all-day slimming tea does. Please, don't get fooled by other supplements or slimming tea's marketing that overpromise and underdeliver. Each batch of our all-day slimming tea has been tested by third-party laboratories. This means that you can be 100% sure that what is written on the label is what you actually get when you drink it. We are guaranteeing that you'll get the highest quality, purest ingredients that will help you burn fat 24 hours a day while stopping the production of new fat and cholesterol in your body. You'll finally be able to get a flat stomach and fit in a pair of skinny jeans, no matter if you're 40, 50, 70, or even 80 years old. Just like the 18,761 women and men from the US who have been helped already since we launched our website just a few months ago. If you think you've tried everything and nothing has worked for you so far, I recommend you try our all-day slimming tea because it will give your body something it has never experienced before. Other diets and supplements do not contain the powerful ingredients found inside our all-day slimming tea, and that's why your body continued to accumulate fat in the past. No matter how many hours of exercises you did, how good your diet was, or what supplements you took, nothing worked for you because fat continued to be produced and stored in your body at a faster rate than it was burned. But when I and thousands like me started to drink the all-day slimming tea, fat production in the body was completely stopped. In a matter of hours, the mitochondria in our cells were revitalized and have started to ignite our metabolisms and burn fat like never before. This synergetic effect worked so well for me and more than 18,761 other people. And as long as you continue to drink our tea, your body will burn all the extra fat you have hanging on your belly, thighs, hips, arms, and legs until you reach your ideal weight. Now, most people over 40 have under 36% of their mitochondria being active in their cells. And with aging, this percentage gets smaller and smaller, and they get depleted of energy and have a greater chance of becoming obese. And if Dr. Dean hadn't created the all-day slimming tea based on the traditional tea from Nicoya, Costa Rica, that made its inhabitants some of the healthiest in the world, me and the other 18,761 people I mentioned before would still be overweight and struggling. Because nobody wants you to get slim. You've seen that even the University of Utah's research was bought and buried by a big weight loss company so that you remain overweight for the rest of your life. So we have no time to waste, because the moment the weight loss companies will find out about our website and the amazing results our all-day slimming tea clients experience, they will do everything in their powers to shut us down, and there's no way for me or Dr. Dean to fight them. They have billions of dollars to spend and the best lawyers in the country at their expense, and they would do anything so that the people like us would stay overweight for the rest of our lives so they can continue to fill their pockets. And that's why Dr. Dean and I have decided to personally help you. So, we've set aside the next 200 units of all-day slimming tea at our biggest discount ever. Because since we officially launched a few months ago and people started to lose weight and feel better than ever before, and they started talking with their friends and family, we had so many people visit our website that it almost crashed. And because many people ordered 6 units of our tea at a time, so they can boost their metabolism and support their health and potentially stop fat production for at least 6 months in a row, we ran out of stock, and we started receiving desperate emails every day from people who couldn't order anymore. So we don't want this to happen to you. I mean, think about how amazing your life will be when you have lost those stubborn first 5 pounds. You'll be so excited for having found something that works so well while supporting your health and reducing the effects of aging in your body. Then, when you're 15 pounds lighter and have dropped 2 dress sizes or more, you'll have enough confidence to lose the next 10 pounds. And so on, until you're 30 pounds lighter or more. And before you realize it, you've reached your ideal weight. That's what will happen when the mitochondria in your cells start burning fat as they should, and fat production in your body is stopped. That's when you'll feel free and you'll be able to live your life the way you were meant to, without worrying about your health, counting calories, or feeling guilty for eating the foods you love. Now, because 92% of our clients order 6 units of our all-day slimming tea at a time, our biggest problem is that we can always run out of stock again. We're a small business and we just don't have enough money to have unlimited units available all the time, especially since the cost to produce our tea is very high, largely because all of the ingredients are 100% natural and of the best quality. And each time we run out of stock, it takes our supplier up to 3 months to manufacture a new shipment. And with all the craziness happening in the last year, and with health regulations changing week after week, it takes longer and it's more difficult to have a new shipment arrive in our small warehouse. So that's why I recommend to order your new all-day slimming tea today, because when you receive it, it will start working fast. Soon after you've finished drinking the morning tea, you'll notice how you have way more energy. You'll start burning lots of fat, and after you drink the evening tea, you'll relax. Your bloating, gassiness, or constipation will be gone. Plus, you'll sleep better than you have in decades, and you'll wake up lighter and filled with energy. Your metabolic rate can potentially go up by 132%, and your cravings and high appetite will drastically be reduced. All the fat you have around your stomach will vanish. Your back pain, joint pains, and other aches will disappear. Your mind will be focused and clear. Your sex drive will return as you look and feel at least 10 years younger and much happier. You'll finally reach your ideal weight and be able to enjoy foods like chocolate, pizza, ice cream, cheeseburgers with french fries, or pasta every single day without guilt and without adding a single inch to your waistline, because your body now burns fat 24 hours a day. Now, another important thing you must understand is that the more time you drink our tea, the more fat you will burn. Because if you only drink our tea once, or for only a few days, it won't have too big of an effect on your body. But if you allow enough time for the synergetic effect of the ingredients to work on your body, you will be shocked at how your body will transform over the next few months, how much weight you'll lose, and how energetic you will feel. And that's why most of our clients drink our all-day slimming tea for at least 6 consecutive months. And you should do the same, because if you lose over 20 pounds after the first 30 days, like me and so many of our clients did, but then run out, you don't want to have to wait for up to 3 months until you get more and lose all the momentum. So my recommendation is to start by ordering the 6-month supply. It will help you burn fat and have high energy all day long for 6 months without your body to store new fat. And you won't have to worry about anything. Just drink your morning tea after you wake up, then have the evening tea right after dinner, and you'll slim down without any effort. Now, because I want you to lose all the extra fat you have on your body with no chances for you to fail, I talked with Dr. Dean and we decided to give a huge discount to those who are truly motivated to reach their ideal weight. Now, if you wanted to have a custom fat-burning tea like our all-day slimming tea, and you wanted to buy all the ingredients yourself, you'd have to pay $197 only for the morning tea ingredients. Because we are only using 100% natural ingredients, not extracts, which are not only very hard to source, but also very expensive. To source the ingredients for the evening tea, it would cost you $161, because some of the ingredients are a bit cheaper. You'd have to pay $358 for 1 month's supply of loose leaf tea. Now, to package the tea mixture in small 2-gram sachets so that you can easily be able to consume it on the go, you'd have to pay at least $43. That's how much FDA-registered facilities charge for packing, making your total cost for 1 month's supply $402. And the big problem is that all suppliers have a minimum order quantity of at least 1 pound of tea mixture. So you'd have to buy at least 1 pound of morning tea and 1 pound of evening tea. In other words, unless you buy their minimum order quantity, they won't sell it to you. That's their policy. They would expect you to make an investment of over $2,800. Now, luckily, because we've ordered hundreds of units of all-day slimming tea, our cost is not $402, which is, again, what you'd have to pay for 1 month's supply if you have the tea made custom for you. And because the cost of natural tea is so high these days, honestly, our supplier has recommended us to charge at least $397 for 1 month's supply of all-day slimming tea, especially when you consider how effective it is and that over 18,761 people have already reached their ideal weight by drinking it daily. But I couldn't do that because I knew that so many people who wanted to lose weight and improve their health would simply not be able to afford such a big price tag. So we decided to price our all-day slimming tea at $99, which is 75% off the manufacturer's suggested price of $397. But today, we are having a huge discount. I recommend to choose the 6 months package of all-day slimming tea today because you'll only pay $49 for 1 month's supply, which is 50% off of our retail price and 87% off the suggested manufacturer price, allowing you to save up to $300 on your order. I think we can both agree that finally reaching your ideal weight and getting a slim waist with no more belly fat, without wasted time, effort, and money, would be worth much more than only $49 a month, which is only $1.60 a day to reach your ideal weight in record time. Now, we made a great deal with our supplier, and thanks to it, you'll get a nice discount on the 3 and 1 month supply options as well. Now, your savings will not be as big, but you'll still save a lot of money while losing a lot of weight. And don't worry, because you will never be billed again unless you decide to place a new order of our all-day slimming tea. I hate those companies who have automatic billing set up more than you do. However, if you want to take advantage of today's discount, you need to order right now because we have limited stock in our warehouse. And with the cost of our natural ingredients always rising, I can't promise the discount will be available past today or that we'll still have stock tomorrow. So don't delay. Click one of the Add to Cart buttons below right now. You will get a confirmation email from me, plus your order will be shipped to your door in 5 to 7 business days. Of course, I also have a small support team that is here for you 24/7, so if you have questions about your order, you can always reach out. Now, you should know that you can get the all-day slimming tea only here on our website. Because our all-day slimming tea is a unique tea blend, and this unique mixture of natural ingredients has never been produced before, the only way to get access to the powerful weight loss properties of our tea is to buy it from our website. Please don't fall for the slimming teas you can find online or in your local health food store, because they are filled with cheap herbs, powders, and fillers, and won't help you lose a single pound. They lack the unique ingredients that made our all-day slimming tea simply the best slimming and anti-aging tea ever created. So the only way to get our all-day slimming tea is here on our website. This way, we have completely cut out the middleman, and we can give you huge discounts and help you save a lot. And yes, every day, hundreds of people motivated to get a flat tummy and get back to their skinny jeans join the 18,761 people who already succeeded with the help of our all-day slimming tea. And yes, the all-day slimming tea works for everyone, no matter if you're 30, 50, or over 70 years of age. And because of that, Aline P., one of the best weight loss experts in the US, recommends our tea to all our clients. Plus, she drinks it every day. In fact, she has 3, even 4 cups of the morning tea and ends her days with a cup of the evening tea, knowing it will detoxify her body, improve her digestion, and help her relax and sleep better. And since some of our clients who tried our tea have already lost up to 22 pounds and many inches off their waistlines, Aline wants everyone to drink it for at least 3 months so they can experience the amazing benefits. So she decided to give a few of her best-selling programs and ebooks as free bonuses to everyone who buys the all-day slimming tea. Bonus number 1 is her Slim Over 55 program, which was especially created for men and women who want to get back in shape fast at home. Her second bonus is her bestseller, Healthy Fat Loss Desserts Cookbook and Videos. This is a collection of over 35 yummy, easy-to-prepare, money-saving, fat loss dessert recipes with detailed instructional videos that are delicious but have no sugar or unhealthy fats, don't increase blood sugar, so they're safe even for diabetics or your kids, and they're proven to help you lose weight even if you eat them daily. You'll learn how to make fat loss cheesecake with blueberries, fat loss brownies, plus 33 other delicious dessert recipes that will help you burn belly fat. Her third bonus is her newly released anti-aging ebook, 57 Secrets to Reverse Aging. You'll learn the secrets that hundreds of her clients are using to increase their energy levels and look and feel 10 years younger in just weeks. So, my recommendation is to get the 6-month supply of the all-day slimming tea so you can burn fat all day long and potentially stop the production of new fat for at least 6 months. And remember that everyone who buys 3 months or more of our all-day slimming tea will get free shipping plus Aline's amazing bonuses for free. On top of that, we offer a 60 days money-back guarantee. So try the all-day slimming tea on us, and if it doesn't work, you pay nothing. I hate paying for something that doesn't work, and I'm sure you do too. That's why if the all-day slimming tea doesn't work for you, or you're simply unhappy with the results you experienced or expected to get, just let me know. Write me at support@allslimmingherbs.com, and I will send you a refund with no questions asked. This way, you'll have no risk, as you'll only pay if you get the results you wanted. Of course, there's another reason why you should go ahead and invest in the all-day slimming tea right now. You see, a few months ago, I saw a Facebook post about the millions of kids starving in the Philippines. It broke my heart when I saw their cute little faces. I imagined my son starving, and I got tears in my eyes. So, together with Dr. Dean, we decided to do something. We contacted this amazing charity called FeedingFilipinoKids.com. We even visited their offices, and we made a contract with them so that we automatically donate a portion of our earnings to them. So, with your small investment in the all-day slimming tea, you're not only helping yourself become slim, healthy, and gorgeous, but you're also giving thousands of starving children from the Philippines a hot and healthy meal. So don't delay, because with so many people ordering every day, we'll most likely run out of stock again. So order now by clicking one of the Add to Cart buttons below. Don't delay, because it will take up to 3 months to get a new shipment of our all-day slimming tea. Plus, if you don't order now, the next time you visit our website, today's discount may have expired. Now, if you're still here, I'm afraid our time together is coming to an end. You have 3 options that lead to very different outcomes. Option number 1 is to not use the information I gave you on this page and to continue to struggle with your weight for the rest of your life, worrying daily about your health and keep looking for solutions. Option 2 is to use the information you learned on this page and to try to apply it by yourself. But I'm afraid it will take weeks to find a supplier that can source all the ingredients for you. Then you'll need to find a facility where you can mix the ingredients, then pack it into small sachets so you can start drinking your new slimming tea. But it will cost you at least $402 for a 1-month supply, and you'll have to buy at least 1 pound of the morning mix and 1 pound of the evening mix, which will make your total investment over $2,800. But I want to be honest with you. That will take a lot of work and effort and time. I know this as I helped Dr. Dean source our ingredients. Most likely, you'll quit before you can even find all the ingredients. And in a few months from now, you'll still be struggling with your weight. And who knows, Maybe you'll gain even more weight because of all the stress. Of course, I don't want this for you. So, option 3, and the best option, is to take the easiest path to success. Take advantage of all the hard work Dr. Dean and I have already done. Remember that over 18,761 people have already reached their ideal weight by drinking the all-day slimming tea daily. And all you have to do to be one of them is drink a cup of the morning tea after you wake up and a cup of the evening tea after dinner, and your body will burn fat 24 hours a day while preventing new fat from being produced. It is impossible for you to fail. It worked for me and over 18,761 people like me and you, so it will surely work for you too, especially with the free bonuses you'll get from Aline. In the first month of drinking the all-day slimming tea, I dropped 29 pounds. Every week that passed made my joints feel smoother and more supple, my skin became radiant, and my hair regained its volume. My energy soared, while I started looking and feeling 10 years younger. I started touching my belly, arms, and legs, and instead of soft fat, I slowly started feeling toned muscle, even though I was not exercising. My stomach and thighs were shrinking day by day. All the fat that I used to grab in absolute disgust simply seemed to disappear, and instead of being covered in cellulite, my thighs became smooth and sexy. I lost 167 pounds with the help of the all-day slimming tea. Instead of being ashamed to even go out in public, people started to notice me for how good I looked. And sometimes, people I haven't seen for years didn't even recognize me. The same thing can happen to you too. And the good news is that I'll be here to guide you every step of the way. Yes, after you take the first step and you order your all-day slimming tea, I'll always be there for you. You can write me at any time at support@allslimmingherbs.com, and I will promptly reply and guide you every step of your journey. Together, you can be successful as well. Because think about it. You tried so many diets, so many workout plans, starving, keto, supplements, and who knows what else. But I'm sure you've never tried a slimming tea that's as powerful as the all-day slimming tea. A part of our ingredients has made the Nicoya Peninsula inhabitants some of the healthiest people on Earth, who are all thin and have an average lifespan of up to 90 years. And the extra ingredients Dr. Dean added will make your weight loss journey much easier and enjoyable. This worked for over 18,761 other ordinary people like me and you. Join us and then allow me to share your story and how easily you have reached your ideal weight so that millions of people from the US can admire you and get inspired. And remember, you're always backed by our 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee, which means you have nothing to lose, only a thin, youthful body to gain. Get the 6-month supply of the all-day slimming tea so you can burn fat all day long and potentially stop the production of new fat for at least 6 months, or whichever package is best for you. But remember that everyone who buys 3 months or more of our all-day slimming tea will get free shipping, plus Aline's amazing bonuses for free. So order now, and I'll see you on the next page.